Burns now with a cross. This is Vernon! Vernon scores! Grimsby Town is over! Utter delirium at Blundell Park! Charles Vernon! Delivered, far post, touchdown!
Penalty, great composure. Brian Mbeumo, he doesn't miss, does he?
The customary short run up for Brian Mbeumo. Stuttering run up, and here's the crossbar! Manchester United are out! Brian Mbeumo has rattled the crossbar!
This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Well, welcome to Three Fish on the Shirt in our extended season. We're now on episode number 53 of the season, the 97th episode of all time. So that's a measure of how quick it's gone. I've got Rossi with me. Steve may be joining us. We wait with bated breath. Hi, Rossi. How you doing?
Not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Busy week. So we've not covered everything up to the Tranmere game yet. So plenty to catch up on. And there's the matter of this weekend's game against Salford at home in the playoffs, which is a nice thing to hear myself saying. Just before we go any further, if I can just shout out to our sponsor, Winner Chicken Dinner, who have done an absolutely fabulous job in supporting us this season with their support of the pod. It's not gone unnoticed and unappreciated. So thank you to those guys. If you want to join their competitions, if you go onto their webpage, create an account, log in. They've got some fantastic competitions where you can win big prizes, smaller prizes for either small stakes or a bit more. If you go up to $3.99, you can win a £275,000 house, 5 bedrooms. So much you could do with that. So yeah, go over there. They do a cracking job in supporting local charities as well, with over £1 million, or getting on for £1 million at least, that's gone to charities. So it's a worthy organisation, and does some great job and has some great prizes. So thanks again. And if you don't already subscribe to the podcast, it does help us tremendously. So if you can please go on YouTube, click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. That'll let you know when we're coming up with a new episode, so you won't miss anything. And we've had some fantastic content over the last few weeks, Rossi, thanks to our guest booker, which is yourself, Rossi. Luke Waterfall, Podge Hammond, Craig Disley. We've had some cracking interviews, and no better timing on your part than getting us Luke Waterfall in playoff week. I think that's worked out nicely, hasn't it?
Yeah, it did work out nicely. Yeah, a decent chap to talk to as well. Not even on the pod, but even personally when I've been talking to him. Sound bloke, him and a few others, to be fair, always in contact with me. So no, they've been really good to get on board, and hopefully we'll see maybe more of them in the future. Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah, it was great to talk to him. Lots of little insights that you don't get week to week when you're following the games, and the memorable games, the little bits of insight you get into what was happening in the background is really fascinating for your true Mariners fans. So that's brilliant. So excellent work by young Master Rossi. We love it. Thanks for doing that. So we've got a lot catching up to do. We've got the last day situation, which we haven't covered. Town were away at Tranmere. There was quite a lot in League Two that needed resolving as well. Town's playoff ambitions wasn't one of them. That was already in the bag because of the Swindon-Chesterfield playing each other position. To the outsider, that was an odd one because it looked like we weren't guaranteed if you looked at the raw table, if you didn't know about the background. Unusual, that, isn't it?
I think we felt lucky with it in a way. The fixture list and for the season actually went in our favour, to be fair, for the season. So I think it's really good news that with Swindon and Chesterfield had to play each other, and I think that's kind of what maybe confused Tranmere fans with all the stuff that went on social media, thinking that we weren't guaranteed playoffs and they was giving us stick on the day. That maybe not realised actually we are already safe. So yeah.
It may have been because the situation was ahead of the game. If you remember, was that on paper with 3 points left to play for each, Salford and Chesterfield could both overtake us, but clearly that wasn't possible because they were playing each other. And as you say, it may have been that that situation was exacerbated by the fact that they didn't realise that particular stat. But we'll come back to their celebrations. Just picking up the last day's results. So Barrow lost 2-1 at home to Newport and went down. Newport made themselves safe effectively on the day. Bromley beat Walsall 3-1. That wouldn't have been enough had MK Dons won, but MK Dons were held away at Fleetwood. So Bromley took the title, and I think that's well deserved, to be honest, over the season. I'm pleased on 2 counts. One, it proves that you don't have to spend loads of money to do it. You have to do a bit of anti-football, but I mean that's another matter. But having met Larry and that earlier in the season, I was pleased, from their point of view that they got it over the line. To be fair, what was your take on that?
Yeah, I was buzzing for Bromley. Like I said, they've been up there all season and pretty much top most of the league throughout the season this season. And yeah, I thought if they didn't win the title, it probably would have been a bogey kind of in their season. Obviously, they got promoted anyway. They would have been happy with that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've gone up as champions now is a lot better. Larry, I'm pretty sure from when I've seen him on TikTok and he's commented on a few things, I'm pretty sure he's just finished drinking from winning the league. From what I heard, he's had about 3 or 4 days worth of drinking and celebrating. So yeah, fair play to him there.
Have I seen somewhere that he turned his ankle or something? Or have I imagined?
Yeah,
that?
he had to go to hospital thinking he broke his ankle, and apparently it was just bruised.
All right. Yeah, sometimes turning your ankle, bruising, and tendon damage or whatever ligament damage is even worse. Really painful. Get well soon, Larry, and get sober soon, Larry. And hopefully we'll be playing you again next year. So yeah, good for them. Dead Rubber in Cheltenham 1, Colchester 4. Big strong finish for Colchester at Cheltenham. They've had a crap end to the season at home, haven't they? Cheltenham lost 3-1 at home to Tranmere and then 4-1 at home to Colchester. Yeah. Crawley 0, Salford 0. Salford missed out on the opportunity to get a promotion spot. That could have really pissed Cambridge off, who also drew 0-0 at Crewe. So that was all on the knife edge right to the last minute, wasn't it?
Salford should have won. Salford should have gone up. They've had plenty of chances. They had a penalty that should have been a penalty that would have been given. I still can't believe looking at it. I mean, if you've seen the clip, or even if you put the clip in now, Udo goes for the ball and absolutely gets battered. Not even there. The defender's not even near the ball. Absolutely wipes him out, and the ref's not giving a penalty. Yeah, I can't believe it myself. But no, they should have won that game. They missed quite a few sitters, like I say. And yeah, Salford should have won and probably wouldn't have been in autos. I think they felt a bit let down on the last day. Cambridge, as a June 0-0. Was it with Crewe?
Yes,
I would have had Cambridge to beat Crewe, and I think I did. But Crewe, one of them teams where you never know what you're going to get from them, do you?
That's very true. And they started the season like they normally do, off like a freight train, to use the railwayman pun, and then drop off, and then come back and drop off again. And they were exactly the same last season. They're exactly the same this season, and finished just above mid-table, really, wasn't it? 11th, yeah,
something like that.
Just above mid-table. Gillingham, start again. Gillingham 1, Shrewsbury 0. A bit of a dead rubber. Gillingham, real whipping boys at the back end of the season. From about sort of 3/4 of the way through the season, in that last sort of 7 or 8 weeks, got a few pastings, didn't they?
Yeah, they always start well, don't they?
Yeah,
they always start well in the season. Always top of the league,
after about 3 weeks. Yeah,
yeah, and the fans get mental saying we're going to go up, and then they just have the massive drop off and fall off, and they never get anything from it. And I honestly do think Gillingham might just be in League Two for a very long time until something clicks.
Yeah.
Ainsworth's not a bad manager either. He's a really good manager, Gareth Ainsworth, but maybe it's just he's not getting the players he wants yet. Or
if he was any more laid back, he'd fall over, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, his dress sense is a bit funny, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's what makes him stand out, I guess.
Well, there is that in there. Harrogate 1, Barnet 2. Harrogate's relegation was sealed with a home defeat to Barnet, who have had a really strong season, missed out on the playoffs by, I think it was about a point, was it? They missed out? 2 points to us, wasn't it? So, yeah, they were a fair way behind us in goal difference, but they've had a strong second half of the season. Pretty shocking first half of the season, which has probably stopped them from being playoff contenders this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. To be fair, it's just again one of them in it where they've just stagnated at the wrong point, where we've kind of done the opposite and gone on a better run of form towards the end, which has helped us out. But I think they'll be probably maybe the same next season.
Yeah, strong start and a strong finish is probably the best way to go. Having a rubbish start and a decent finish is probably a bit too much. Notts County 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Bristol Rovers, another team that have really come back. When you think where they were early season, some 8, 9, 10 games defeated on the bounce, to finish where they finished in 14th is quite a respectable. 23 points ahead of the drop zone is quite a leap in the second half of the season, is it? They're the highest team with a negative goal difference, which is normally reserved for a town side knocking on the door of the playoffs, like it was last year. But yeah, 14th on -9 goal difference. So they've had a bit of a recovery and a bit of disappointment for Notts on the last day of the season in front of 16,000 at Meadow Lane.
Yeah, Bristol Rovers seem to have, like I say, picked it up. I think before they had that draw with Notts County, they won 8 games on the bounce, Bristol Rovers. And a really good run of form. Obviously, Steve Evans looks like he's got something going there. Steve Evans, last day of the season, was in the crowd. Or last home game, sorry, was in the crowd.
Saw that, yeah.
With the Rover fans, so he was enjoying himself. I think he'll get him ticking, though, for next season. I think there might be a team maybe up there, the top end of mid-table, or even flashing for playoffs. Notts County, again, I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. I think they're obviously they've got the players and they're in the playoffs, but I just felt they're very inconsistent at times where they should be picking up points when they're not.
They're not going into the playoffs with a massive momentum, are they?
No. But then, I mean, Salford, I think they've lost one game in whether it's 5. I think Chesterfield are the only team, aren't they, in the last 5 games that haven't lost a game. And then I think the rest of us we've lost 1. Salford lost 1, and I think Notts County lost 2.
Yeah, it's a different psychology in the playoffs mind, and we'll talk about playoffs in a little while. Oldham 3, Accrington 0. A few games ago, it looked like Oldham were going to be the team to beat into the playoff spots. Faded dramatically at the end. Had a good end to the season in beating Accrington 3-0, but disappointed that they were quite a way off at the finish, weren't they? In terms of 10 points out of the picture, it looked like they were steamroll everyone, didn't it? But defeats away at places like Shrewsbury and stuff didn't help, did it? And Barrow and places like that.
No, I thought Oldham was going to pretty much take the last playoff spot. I thought they was going to overtake us, which they did, and I thought they'd just keep on going and we'd be pushed out again on the last day or last couple of games where we missed out on playoffs by a couple of points again. But Oldham seemed to have dropped off, and then what happened? They just, again, another team that's got all the way through the season where they want to be, and then got towards the end of the season and then stagnated and faded off, which isn't what you need really towards the end.
Well, just thinking back without even looking up, I mean, the games that I can remember them losing were Shrewsbury and Barrow, which, if you think about it, they're 6 points. You just said, well, I'll in predicting them on their current form, I'll give them 6 from those 2 games. And they've picked up 0. It doesn't take much working out where the 10 points went, does it?
No.
You might not have a couple of draws and that's 10 points.
Those are the teams should be beaten, but then it's like Grimsby were the same.
Yeah.
Lost to Harrogate. Didn't get a win against Tranmere both occasions, so then points dropped.
Yeah, dropped 2 points at Barrow, didn't we, as well?
Yeah, so you put them points up for us, and we're probably knocking on 12 autos. So it's just one of them, innit? We
were talking about that sort of thing ahead of the Swindon game at home, and we were saying that we bemoan those games we've just talked about, the Harrogates and the Tranmeres. But everybody's done that at some stage this season with a game that they ought to have done better. And like I say, it just proved to be Not a problem for us, but it was certainly for the likes of Oldham. Town drew at Tranmere. We'll cover that in detail in a minute or two. And then finally, the crunch game of the season, really, I guess. It was almost like an extra playoff quarter-final in winner takes all, Swindon v Chesterfield, in the playoffs. So either team had won it, they went up. It turns out that Chesterfield won it at the finish. They went ahead early with Bonus, who's had a fantastic end to the season. Swindon equalised just in the injury time for the first half with Middlemass. And then Markanday got the winner in 61 in front of 13,000 at Swindon. Did that go the way you thought it would?
I thought Chesterfield would win, yeah, or a draw. Didn't see Swindon winning it. Swindon's drop-off, by the way, has got to be considered up there with Walsall's last 2 seasons, because
pretty spectacular.
Swindon dropped out of 7th, or top 7, and they were in it since the start of, beginning of August of this season.
And
been in top 7 the whole season.
Chunk of that in 2nd and 3rd, didn't they?
Yeah, so the whole season have been in top 7, and then towards the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, then they've dropped out, and I don't know how Holloway's there. I think they finished 9th in the end. To me, I think they just needed to carry it on, but some of the players just seem to not want to play. Holloway doesn't help, does he? Let's be honest. His management and the way he comes out of himself in interviews, I think the players won't be too long until they turn on him.
The start of the match, or before the match started, I see that Holloway was posing like it was in a catalogue. It's always about him.
Yep.
And I don't know how much of that's down to him and how much it's down to the media, but it's always been like that. So there must be an element of him making it about him. And I just think Swindon fans across the World Wide Web must be able to see now that we were telling the truth. We weren't just being bitter football. Well, we were being bitter football fans. But the difference is with very good reason.
Yeah, we backed it up because you can see for that what's happening now.
Yeah,
that we weren't wrong and we were being honest. And maybe Swindon fans, you might realise that they're probably better off without him, and they need to get a new man in. I would.
Did you see the comments he made after the game at ours, where it was after we'd recorded it on our episode on Swindon, that it was the worst day of his life or one of the worst days of his life?
I'll clip that bit and put it on my review time.
One of the best clips.
I clipped the start of it, and then I said about him looking like Penfold.
Yeah, my favourite one though was when he was talking about. I think it was I feel it was Accrington or something like that. They played and drawn, or Bromley, I can't remember who it was. And he said, "Our arseholes fell out," and I was cracking.
Yeah,
because I just thought, that's you, mate. Your arseholes fell out. Yeah, so Holloway's reverted to type. So that covers off the table to the end of the season. We've got Mr. Risley joining us now. So we'll allow Mr. Risley into the meet. Hello, Steve.
Perfect timing.
Hello.
Welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. We are live, so you join right in the middle of the episode.
Okay.
We've just covered off the last day results. We're just about to talk about the Tranmere game, which you both went to. I was at a christening in Somerset watching on the telly, but looked to be quite an away day. Rossi, you had a fantastic 80s outfit on, which we saw your little dance before you went. Nothing AI about that at all. That was all real. How was your day?
Yeah, it was all right. It was just a nice day out, to be fair. Obviously, we had no pressure on us to win, lose or draw, and it was just nice to go and just watch a bit of football, I guess. I had a few pictures from strangers I've been going through Sainsbury's car park and went into Sainsbury's and got quite a few looks, and walked down the street and had a few honks of the horn from cars going past. So,
I was going down to Somerset. We stopped at the services at Strensham, I think it was. I went in there, and it was full of Cardiff fans going to Mansfield. And I went in the bogs, and there was a 6-foot traffic cone washing his hands. And then I went for a piss next to a pharaoh.
Nice.
I was just thinking, hang on, yeah, it's the last day of the season, isn't it?
If you didn't know that, though, if you didn't know
Well,
what was going on,
yeah. Steve, you described it as a day at the match where you could not fret about being a Town fan. Did you have a good day?
Oh, yeah, really good day. Yeah, picked Brad up in Leeds, and then we got there. Yay! He's in Spain at the minute, getting wet.
Right. Is it raining?
In Valencia, yeah. He's in Valencia. There's had a bit of rain there, but yeah, I don't spend a lot of time with Brad. You know, just me and him. Like it was, and it was good. It was good. We talked about all sorts. Town, you know, old away days and that, and yeah, it was great. We enjoyed it. Pressure. I mean, he gets a bit stressed watching Town.
Yeah.
We all do a bit, but it was a weird feeling watching Town, not getting stressed. Like, that's okay.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it, because it won't be happening on Sunday. You'll definitely be stressed on Sunday, I promise. Yeah. We'll be back to normal service will be resumed. But while we can enjoy the piece of football that was non-threatening for well-being purposes, we thought watching on TV, we played okay, but we didn't really. They definitely didn't trouble us much in the first half. Loved Amazor's goal, and I think that was definitely deserved on his part for his performances in the last few games. What have you made of him since he came in, Steve?
He's been brilliant. He's been loads better than Burns. And he's a different player, isn't he? Different sort of player to Burns. Totally different than Burns. We've been asked to do a certain job, I think. Yeah. But he's just goes up and play defence, and he should have had another goal second half, and that step overs. Yeah, that was a great shot, but the goal was brilliant. Really good goal, really good play. Walker played it through it, and then Green
knocked it.
Reverse pass to him, and then he flipped it out. What a finish!
It's spectacular when you see the net bulge like that, especially in front of the other team's fans. Rossi, what have you made of Amma?
Been crying out for it for months, haven't I?
I was going to say he's been crap then.
No, I've been crying out for it for months on TikTok and on here. He needed to start, I think, just to show what Burns needs to be doing. And Mozo just gets at him. He goes, runs at players, he shoots whenever he wants. He's not like Burns where he inside and...
I'm getting some songs built up here. He shoots when he wants.
But yeah, Burns just needs to just find the net a bit more. At least try and go for the net anyway. He just seems to dawdle on the ball and then loses the ball, where Mozo seems to be more direct. We know Mozo is strong, he's quick. He just seems to be a lot better player than what Burns is at the minute.
I wonder how much he's him, as Steve said, playing to what he's been told to do, and how much of it is his confidence. And maybe there's a bit of both in there, I'm not sure. But some of the things, I mean, there was a really particular one that boiled my piss at Chesterfield, where he had the beating of this bloke, he had the momentum, he'd beaten him, everything, and he stuck his foot on the ball, pulled it back, and then lost it. I'd have sooner him spoon it over the bar, trying to put a cross into the danger area, and have Cookie sniffing around it, than him give it away there, because it set the way Chesterfield were playing as well, especially. They were straight up the other end and in our box before you know it. That was the side of his game that frustrated me. Now, whether he's been told to pull it back in and then play it across and back again, I don't know. But when you've got the beating of a bloke like that...
I think he's been told to keep possession as much as he can.
When you've got the beating of the bloke like that, Steve, you might as well go for it. Especially we were behind, weren't we? As well at that point, because we didn't get the chance to equalise to the last minute.
It's first season, isn't it?
Yeah, so. and the other thing for me was when Amalazor came on, he did exactly what we were wanting. When he beat the bloke on the outside, we got the penalty. And I still maintain to this day that was a no-brainer penalty. Again, despite seeing stuff otherwise, and we've talked about previously on the pod.
He's been a breath of fresh air, to be honest, I think, since he came in. Yeah. Because he played early in the season. He had a good link-up with Walker, didn't he? On a couple of occasions. Can't remember which game, but he looked good then. But yeah, he was ready. The thing is, he come in the team, and he's ready. He's not had to find his feet.
Yeah.
He's just bang on it.
That's one of the things about this squad that seems to have worked well this year as well. It's I always think of
Massively.
Fergie's Man United model, where it didn't matter who was playing. The Man United team could look like their reserves, and they still all play to the way and the style that Fergie was wanting, and they knew their job. Yeah. This team seems to be the same. It doesn't matter whether we bring Walker in, Churi in, McEachran in, Amalazor in. They all put in a shift, and they've been ready. Do you think that's the strength of the squad this year, Ross?
Yeah, I think I said that to you on the awards night, and I think I've said it before. The amount of squad depth we've got this season, and probably last season as well, is a lot better than what we've ever had before. Midfielders, we used to struggle. We had like 3 or 4 of the same players, and we didn't really know what was going to happen if one got injured or 2 got injured. Then we're thinking, oh shit, what we're going to do? But now it's like, well, McEachran's out, and we've got Tory, so it's all right. Or Walker's not playing, it's all right. We've got Greeny anyway, he can do the same job. Or Corey can come in and he can do something. So I think we're fine. Depth-wise, it's what we've been crying out for ages, but the fact that people can come in and just slot in and it not be an issue whatsoever does help.
The other thing about the squad is, and I'll put this back to you again, Rossi, is the squad depth is also backed up by the fact that we're not having to buy a new squad in the summer. We've got a fantastic overlap of contracts now. It feels like the grown-ups are in charge now, and we've got. And I'm not thinking, who are we going to sign to get better in the summer? I'm thinking they've got a plan. I'm happy with that. Actually, I'm happy with the players we've got. Obviously, there'll be a bit of horse trading. There might be some change. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I spoke to you before we obviously started recording, and said, I think we've got about 19
secrets.
I think we've got about 19, 20 players booked on already for next season, already under contract.
Yeah.
That's it. I think exactly, yeah. And I think it's the point where now for next season we're thinking, like you say, we're not thinking about signings who we're going to sign.
It's the fringes.
But who's actually going to be leaving? Because you look at the squad and you think, okay, maybe some of them have got question marks. Like for me, I think Tyrell Warren will be going, just because he's not featured that much, and I think we can maybe pick someone else up if we need to. Is Van Vorsen going to stay with how injury prone has been this season? Sam Lavelle as well.
We've had one season out of a 2-year contract, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's a shame with Van Vorsen.
Because he was really promising last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So who knows?
Someone said, I can't remember if it was who said it, he went back to Iceland to get some treatment. I think it was my nephew Bradley said about it. He went back to get some treatment outside. It shouldn't have gone. One town. I think he was okay to go, but the treatment he got wasn't part of the plan for him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Bradley was saying.
He's
to
now
me.
Had
weren't happy about it.
Yeah, he's now had a hernia operation, hasn't he, as well? So.
Yeah, something. He was okay to go. He had permission to go, sort of, but not to have treatment. There's something to do with the treatment. He shouldn't. It wasn't part of his plan anyway. So
interesting. We have to say, I presume that's a rumor, Steve.
Is
rumoured allegedly rather than
strong rumour.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't see him being offered anything to this.
Coming back to that, Steve, your take on the squad and what we need in the summer?
Well, I've never been in this situation. We've never been in this place before for years. It's always been hand to mouth sort of thing, isn't it? So it's brilliant. And
we have fringes again.
Sorry, say again.
We're working around the fringes for the what we need.
Yeah,
it's the fringe players.
We need a few players
switching out.
I mean, it depends what league we're going to be in. Obviously, we're in League One.
That's a good point.
We're going to need some obviously League One players at least, sort of standard. But there's a lot of our players who can play League One.
In years gone by, we've been begging for a decent striker. We've now got 2, arguably, in Cookie and Cabia. Cookie's only on loan. What do you think? We've been talking to him, but allegedly, do you think we might sign him?
Don't know. The main one we need is the keeper.
I had palpitations in the middle of the week when Doncaster announced that they'd signed somebody who knew where the goal was and was a bit of a character.
Harry Clifton. Oh, he's already there.
I was a bit worried that might be Donny eyeing up Cookie and maybe signing him. Ross is smirking as though he's got inside track. What you heard?
Well, I've heard, funny enough, it might be Ollie Palmer.
Oh, good.
Oh, going to Donny.
Apparently.
God,
I can have him.
Yeah, sooner it be him than Cookie.
Yeah, apparently it could be Hardy Palmer, but I mean, I didn't rate him this season. Not really. He looks so slow and fat, doesn't he?
I
He just doesn't look fit.
I haven't thought much to him. And the qualities of Swindon, I'll touch about my very brief conversation with David Artell at the Player of the Year Awards about that match.
If we get up to League One, if we get promoted, then Cookie, sign him up. Yeah.
I think Cookie will sign a year contract at the end. Jackson Smith supposedly signed personal terms with us, but the club's got to agree on a fee for Jacko. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. Apparently he's valued at the minute at 250k. I think it'd be a lot more than that, to be honest. If we do get him. And to be fair, although he's going to go back there, I wouldn't say no bringing Clark Adore back permanent.
No.
Just as a backup. Because I think he's played really well since he's come in.
And he's been patient. He's not spat his dummy out, and he's played a blinder when he's come in, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would probably say to Bradford, maybe we'll take him off your hands because we kind of know where his position is. Where Bradford don't.
Can we sign him in time for playing?
Yeah.
So just tidied up the Tranmere match. They got 10,000 in the stadium. What was the atmosphere like? Was it good, fairly?
Yeah.
From our end, yeah.
And what did you make of the Tranmere celebrations at the end?
Don't get me started.
No, what you started? That's what I'm asking you, you silly sod.
Oh, I nearly swallowed.
Yes. Embarrassing?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Why? You just finished 21st in League Two.
Yeah.
Scraped relegation, back to back, by the way, because they did it again last season where I think they're pretty sure the pitch invaded last season because they stayed up. But like I said, you're celebrating with your players, having selfies with the players on the pitch. You're celebrating staying up. Like they've done a fucking good job. They've been shit all season.
You did swear that time, twice.
I did, yeah.
Did you see my AI created bus tour?
Yes,
yeah.
I
thought I didn't give it that much prompt, and it did a great job with very few prompts. I just said, do an open bus tour for Tranmere, having them looking a little bit embarrassed but celebratory. It came up with that, and I mean to say, it came up with the banner over the thing of Birkenhead, we tolerate you. I just thought it was brilliant. Now, my Tranmere supporting fan, who I am big friends with and still am, we had a bit of an exchange after the game about the celebrations and what that made. He said, he sent me some clips from his end, and I didn't get the goals, nor the stupid pitch invasion. We had about 8 minutes of football. We were poor, and there's the reason we ended up on the Great Escape. Yeah. He said it was daft. There was a row of police, so they didn't stop them going on. The kids piled down there 10 minutes before the whistle to run on. The funniest thing was a woman before the start holding a flare. Police caught her and ejected her before a ball had been kicked. The world is full of idiots.
I couldn't believe
he wasn't massively impressed with them.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a bit. I said to Bradley, I said, I can't believe they even come on the pitch and got as close to the town fans as they did. And there was
should have.
The invisible
wall. Got ugly.
The invisible wall was in full effect, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the stewarding was watching it. That woman, Jesus, she was got some video of her.
I mean, I know there was some criticism of them being abused, but they need to turn the other cheek on that, don't they? And
well, they just weren't professional.
Yeah,
stewarding, it was ridiculous, and I thought if they had gone down, Tranmere, that could have got ugly.
Yeah,
probably quick.
It kind of got ugly anyway.
The steward that fell over. The steward that fell over was bloody ugly.
Well, she tried to trick McJanet.
There was that one.
Well, she has a go at Cabia.
I saw that. I was right in front. I was literally looking down on that, and Cabia, she was mouthing off to him, and he was with his family, I think. And then Pearson came over to grab Cabia. And McJanet was walking over, and she tried to trip him up.
Yeah,
and then Pearson,
that's shocking.
She got angry at Cabia because she thought she thought he tripped her up because she fell over, didn't she, on the pitch?
She fell over.
She saw it.
She just
Yeah,
She
stepped
thought
on it,
it was Kay, but she tripped over her own feet.
Yeah, she did. And I think because she fell over, she was embarrassed, and then she just saw her ass. Didn't she?
And, she
Big
saw
ass.
that.
She saw her ass as it passed her head.
Literally.
What was that? That was
No, I was thinking when I said the one that was ugly, it was the one that looked like I don't know what he looked like, but he looked like he was suffering a bit. What I didn't want to say, but yeah.
And all the town fans singing "Sack in the morning," and so it's like.
Yeah. And I think even Tranmere fans said, yeah, probably that there was somebody who.
But the amount of stuff.
A lot of kids, but it still got. It shouldn't have got like that. No. And I'm pleased Grimsby put a complaint in.
They're there to de-escalate at the end of the day, not to exacerbate.
Thing is, we've put a statement out. Tranmere fans have then commented on Twitter or whatever, saying, "Why are you still crying over it? Get over it. It's not even that bad." But then when you've got kids running over, lobbing coins into our crowd, bottles, and then poor fucking Greenie, Christine Green got hit in the face with a smoke bomb. And it went, she got hit in the face.
And it doesn't. It doesn't. And that doesn't say that the town fans were all sweetness and light, but they're there to de-escalate that sort of stuff, not make it worse. Anyway,
they just stood there and watched.
Bizarre scenes.
Town fans could have easily gone on the pitch. It could have been ugly. That. I said to Bradley about it, and he said, yeah, but they're all just kids. The Tranmere fan. I said, yeah, but it don't matter. It could. I was a bit uncomfortable when it was getting.
My missus isn't the most aggressive person going, to be honest, but that female steward, she said she'd happily have gone down there and just showed her what was what.
Well, please she didn't. We don't want her getting banned.
It was embarrassing on Tranmere.
Although if she did get banned, you'd have no problems with babysitters for the match.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Anyway, that's Tranmere put to bed. Town finish on 46 points. Sorry, 46 matches, 78 points.
46 relegated.
No, that would have been enough.
No, they would have
bizarrely, would have been well clear. 78 points from 46 games. Finishing 7th to set up a playoff game against Salford. We'll come back and preview that in a sec. First off, though, I want to cover the Player of the Year awards. So, Rossi and I attended Player of the Year awards thanks to Kerry coming up with a table. Thank you, Kerry, for organising us. We had a thoroughly enjoyable night. Harvey Rogers took the Player of the Year award. How do you feel, Rossi? Do you feel vindicated now in your support for him the whole year? Well, half the year.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for him. I'm just really happy with on my table.
Yeah.
No. Did you vote for him, Rossi?
Yeah, did you?
But aren't you delighted? You want players, even if they're crap, or you think they're not doing.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm really, really glad he's proved me wrong, because
I always want to be proved wrong by players that are.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know a few people that weren't that keen on George McEachran last year, and then he went and proved people wrong because he played a blinder.
We talked to Luke Waterfall last week. I mean, his season when we went down to the championship season, playoff season the next year where we went back up. It's like two different players. He was the difference with him in a bad team and in a good team was.
Yeah. I think if you do like I said with me and Rogers, I didn't get on with him for the first before Christmas and all that jazz, even after Christmas.
You didn't get on with him. You didn't fall out with him or anything. You just
no, just didn't like the way he was, and I didn't really prefer him in right back. But he's proved me wrong. But I'd rather him do that, because then you know, if you are proved wrong, at least be honest and just come out and say,
absolutely,
I was wrong, and he's proved me wrong. So.
Said that, Steve. We've always liked him, haven't we?
We've always liked Rogers, yeah. Always.
I'll just wind you up now, Rossi. No, and really well deserved.
He's been my favourite player for years.
The other player of the year, young player of the year, was Maldini Kachuri, which was fantastic. I swear, though, his facial expression did not change all night. Even when he won it, while he was picking his award up, he still looked like he wanted to fill you in as much as look at you. He was on our table at that point when he got called to get his award, and he just had stony face all night. But
don't mess with it, would you?
The best bit though was he said, Scott Woodthorpe said to him, they've even got a song for you. And he says, yes, and I can hear it and keep singing it.
That's a good introduction, that.
Yeah, it was brilliant. No, he just said, I hear it and keep singing it. So he approves. Because it could go two ways, that one, couldn't it?
Yeah. What I didn't expect with him, though, is people to come out and say he's very shy. And to be fair, when he went up for that award and he was speaking, you could kind of see he wasn't. Yeah. He doesn't want to talk a lot. He don't want to.
No, he's only 28.
He's well, Greg was on our table. Really
Howard.
Good. Spoke to me and Dave. Yeah,
Fantastic.
spoke to me and Dave quite a lot most of the night. Told us a few things, secrets and whatnot. But he said about Maldini, saying he's probably one of the shyest in the. He just wants to get on with his job and crack on. You could see that. He was very shy when he went up.
Yeah. Some players are like that. I just want to get on with the playing. You know what I mean?
And he also had some chats about players, and I don't think it's talking out of school. He kind of quizzed us a little bit who we thought the fittest player was, and it turns out the fittest player at the club is Cameron Gardner. He said he's not just outstanding; he's really stands out. His levels.
We saw him briefly in the
fitness.
Man United game, didn't we? How good it was.
And he's saying even the fact that he's kind of not fully grown into his body yet, he's probably caused some of the issues.
He could get him fit. He could be a massive player for us next season.
Yeah. And we said last year at Salford, we noticed he'd bulked up from the season before when he made his way into the team again.
Yeah, just get a few crisp packets. Blowing around.
And he's just been great. Just we want to see him back on the pitch again.
If you asked me who the fittest player was, I said Evan Curry.
Yeah. Well, he's got a decent engine, hasn't he? You want.
That's what Bradley said as well. I asked him, and I asked him. He says, "I said he's not playing at the minute." He went Curry. I went, but he must be well up there fitness wise.
Yeah, and I got David Artell to sign the Swindon programme because he was on the front, so I got him to sign it. And I said it was great yesterday, wasn't it? Blah blah. Small talk as he's doing it, and he said, "Yeah, we just about got over the line, didn't we?" I said, "Yeah, just about." And he went, "I'll tell you what, though." He said they were crap, weren't they? Swindon. Yeah. He said he wasn't very positive about what Swindon were like. And fair play. He wasn't wrong, was he?
No, they were shocking.
No, they were. I can't believe he's still there. Holloway. Thought he might have gone by now.
Yeah, we were saying the same earlier. So I mean, Player of the Year awards. It was a good experience. We got to sort of meet with the players. There's not a lot of opportunity. I mean, they've moved the players around a bit because obviously with like 29, 30 tables, even if you put one player a table, you're not going to get the top player on each table. And we ended up with Greg Howard and Ray Sherwood at the start, which I think the club, Lisa, bless her, she's listened to the feedback straight away and started to move people about a bit because of the lack of players in certain areas of the room. So it was good that she did that.
Okay.
And we ended up with George came over for a bit, didn't he? George McEachran and Maldini came over. Jace KB came over and spent a bit of time with us, didn't he, as well? He was good to
seen the pictures,
chat to. Yeah. Looks about 7'6". He looks like Carl Hudlin against Rossi.
Who does?
Jace KB.
Is he?
Yeah, he's doing fair. He's not. I'm pretty sure when I looked him up, he's about 6 foot.
Yeah,
maybe it is.
Yeah. He's lean though.
This is
going to sound wrong, but you're going to know what I mean when I say it. In clothes, he looks dead skinny.
Yeah.
And them glasses as well.
Oh yeah, big
glasses.
Big clear frame glasses on. They look like look like he'd come from High School Musical junior high or somewhere. It was
safety specs.
Yeah, not dissimilar.
But yeah, no, he's got really good to speak to. We spoke about him, didn't we? About how he's found the time here and first season. I said to him, he's took like a duck to water. The EFL. He went, "What are you on about? What's duck to water?" So I had to, duck to water. He done really well.
Doesn't translate into Irish.
It's funny as sayings, don't know. Yeah.
We also asked if Noelle was his mum, who comments and responds to us on Twitter. And he said she was, so we passed a message back. Next
She
time,
was his mum. Or she is
no,
his
she
mum?
is his mum.
Oh.
We were correct. I meant what as in was. And I said, tell her we said hi, and then we commented the other day, and she had a bit of back and forth with us the other day online. So, yeah, Jay's KB's mum listens to Three Fish on the Shirt. You heard it here first.
If you're still watching,
yeah, if you're still watching. No, it's been a fantastic season for him. Obviously, we'd love him to stay, but big money could be sniffing around him. Although Rossi's seen the Mariners TV preview clip tonight. Tell us what you know, Rossi.
I don't really know a lot.
Tell them what you told me then, at least.
No, they've just brought out an interview, literally just before we went on, about before 6 o'clock. They've had an interview with Jay's, where he had his video done when he got announced as our player. I can't remember where it is now, but it's where that windmill is.
Yeah, Waltham.
Yeah, and they just sat him down saying he really likes the fans, really enjoyed his time here so far. And then at the end, it goes, right, what's next for Jay Scabia? And the video just goes blank. So I don't know what's next for Jay Scabia, but for me, if they're it was 2 years, wasn't it? I think most of them are 2 years. I don't think there's many 1 years at all.
Yeah, they've got 1 year left. For me, I'd be hoping that we're trying to get him signed up again.
It should be.
And, the fact we've got a chance to get into League Two, there's some leeway there, I guess. And the other opportunity for the club is if we can tie him up to an extended contract, it gives us more bargaining space if he does choose to go at some point.
Yeah. So if you put another year on his contract or 2 years on his contract, you got maybe put 2 years on it, get 3 year contract, and then if a team does come in, then obviously his price or whatever it was does still go up because it's a 3 year contract.
But you've got to recompense him for that.
Pay the contract off.
You've got to recompense him for that, haven't you? And, we've had some.
He's done brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. So we shall see. The truth will out, and we'll see what that teaser is going forward. So next we'll have a short interlude, and we'll have one this time. I'll put it in this time.
How you do it this time?
We'll hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back. And welcome back. We've got the matter of a playoff game on Sunday now to cover in Salford at home. It's the big ones here, what we've all been wanting, other than automatic promotion, of course. But we minimum aim for improvement was the playoffs, really, after last season. The fact that this year's minimum playoff points tally would have got us automatically promoted last year is neither here nor there. And funnily enough, the lowest amount of points has got people relegated this year as well, bizarrely. It's going to be a great occasion Sunday, and I hope the atmosphere is something like the Swindon game. Ross, what do you think? Can we do it? Can we get that atmosphere going again, do you think?
Well, supposedly it's sold out from our end, so I'm hoping we can get behind the boys again and just do what we know we can do and cheer them on, make the chance, and make some noise in BP. But if we need to, just even if something happens, say if we go 1-0 down, still just get behind them. And we've done that all season.
Yeah.
If we started losing, usually years gone by, we if there was losing, then we'd just not bother anymore, and that was it. But we seem to be getting behind them now more.
God. Here we go.
Yeah. But no, I think get behind them on Sunday and see what we can do.
I mean, it looks like they've sold about 700, which is pretty poor, really.
Well, I saw 800 earlier.
Oh, did you? But they've struggled, haven't they, to sell it in a week? I mean,
it's more than what they're giving us, isn't it? So,
that's criminal almost, isn't it? That I mean,
got to give 10%, haven't they?
Yeah, it's criminal that, and they'd already started selling half the old away end before they even knew how many they could get. So it'll be interesting to see how many's there. In the big game against Bromley, which I suspect they did the same, they had 3,200 there. I mean, that is shocking. That was a top of the table clash with Bromley. There was about, I don't know how many, a couple of hundred Bromley fans, which is probably good for them. And
100.
Sorry?
Literally 100.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot for Bromley, but they're only a small club
Yeah,
again.
no,
They
it's
don't
probably
have that
good
big
for
of a
them.
fan base, so
Well, that's still 40 more than they brought to
them.
than Salford brought to ours.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It winds me up. It really does.
Yeah. But Lee said, less best men. There's one way to deal with that, and that's to knock them out. Team Steve, who would you be looking to play? What would your team be? Your lineup, your starting lineup
For Sunday?
Yeah.
Same team as not Tranmere again, the one before. Bring obviously Rogers will be back in. Same back. Yeah, Rogers come in midfield. Walker will probably drop out. I think Churi. Trying to think who else will come in. But Cook up front, KB will start. Yeah, pretty much the team has been playing.
Amazor on the other side.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'm so pleased we got Salford in the draw because we didn't want to play them in the final at Wembley because it'd be
like whatever we had plus 1,000 of theirs.
Yeah,
well,
I still think it doesn't matter who we play. We're the team in form.
Well,
and I think we can beat.
I'll point you back to before Rossi was born. Let the dream wash go over the screen as we tinkle ourselves back to the past. 97, 98, when we 97, 98, where we played Fulham. Fulham were the Premier League bound Moneybags club in League One, weren't they? And the thing was, get them in the final at least, and then hopefully you can beat them in a one-off game. We went to their place and drew 1-1 and brought them back and won 1-0 in the 78th minute or something. And that is one of the folklore nights at Blundell Park, isn't it?
Oh, a fantastic game. I mean, Kevin Keegan, he just before he became England manager, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he'd left. I think he was leaving, or he just left, I think. Yeah. And it was Ray Wilkins in charge.
No, he was in charge, Keegan, because I remember getting Peshka Salido getting sent off, and he
left just after that.
Must have left after it.
Yeah. Peshka Salido got sent off, didn't he?
After about 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Disgusting tackle on Handyside.
Yeah. And so beating the top, you're going to have to beat one of the better sides to get through, aren't you?
Well, I honestly think, I think I put it on Facebook last night. I really honestly think we're going to beat Salford and we'll get to the final. I'm not bothered who play, but I think Chesterfield. I'd like to play Chesterfield if I'm honest in the final if we could get our own back on them after the loss away.
Ross, do you agree with Steve on the starting lineup, or would you have any other changes? What's your take?
Jacko and goal, obviously. Oh, I tell you what, funny enough, I went live on TikTok 2 nights ago, something like that. Someone come in, I think it was I want to say it was a Grimsby fan, and he goes, "Oh, it's Jackson Smith's last game on Sunday." I think what? He was like, "Yeah, his contract runs out on the 30th of May." Right. So it's not going to be his last game, then, is it, on Sunday? And he was like, "Oh yeah, it is." No, it's not, because he's still got playoffs, and even still, they have to put the contracts towards the end of the season, past the playoff final, in case we get there. Yeah. Anyway, so he's going to be a goal. I've heard rumours, and I don't know if it's true, Harvey Rogers has got a knock.
All right.
Hence why I didn't play against Tranmere as well.
Right, okay.
Now, whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. I'm hoping it's not, and I'm hoping we've got him. Would that mean why Waterfall said Rogers was going with him to Wembley if we got there?
No.
Bit of...
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah.
No, Harvey begun with the team, wouldn't he? Regardless.
Yeah. I don't know. If he was injured, do you reckon? I don't know. I'd rather be in the fans, mate.
No, I think he'd go with the team. I think
he'll be playing.
They're that tight knit. I'm inclined to think that anyway. I wouldn't read into that I wouldn't use that to read into that he was injured. But the fact that you've heard he's injured might mean.
No, I did. Like I said, I did hear he might not got a knock. So if he doesn't start, then it's going to have to be Warren. But he played fucking awful against Tranmere. I thought it was shocking.
He can be rocks or diamonds. Tyrell Warren County. Steve,
I tell you, who did play awful on against Tranmere. It looked like he hadn't seen a football for months. Is Vernon?
Yeah.
He was
awful.
His passing, his touch. Bradley said to me, he says, "Has Vernon seen a football in the last 6 months?"
He's just getting it,
and that's
getting out of the system for the playoff.
Sweeney, I thought Sweeney didn't play that well either.
Yeah.
I thought both fullbacks were pretty mediocre. But yeah, no, I think if Rodgers starts, hopefully Rodgers, and then same as before, Staunton at left back. I think we missed him against Tranmere.
Yeah,
without him starting.
Deliveries.
Yeah, 100%. And then probably midfield, 3 of Tory, Green, and I'd like to see Walker in there, if I can. And then Amarizor, Cook, and Kaber.
We're not going to do predictions because I don't like to tempt fate. So we'll leave.
I've already got mine done.
Well, not on here. But we'll do our own league table predictions later on.
What about O'Dwyer? You think he's going to start? I think he will.
I wouldn't say no to him starting.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's on the bench, then it's not a bad option to bring off the bench.
We mentioned him earlier when we were talking about before he came on, Steve, about the early on that he wouldn't be necessarily a bad move to bring in at the end of the season. Or were you already here by then? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my team will be Smith in goal, Staunton, McJanet, Kachuri, Rodgers, Churi, Amlazar, Kabier, O'Dwyer, Cook, Green, which is the same as a Swindon team. That's what I'll go with.
Yeah. Excellent. So tickets we've covered off. Going to be pretty full at home. Going to be half empty away with a full away end of 550 or whatever it is, 567, something like that. And we will see what's what. The second leg is Friday. The other game is after hours, or it starts after hours on Sunday and Friday. What do you make of the other game? That's going to be an interesting tag because they've got a kind of local derby feel about them, haven't they? Chesterfield and Notts, a bit of a rivalry. I wouldn't want to be playing my rivals in a 2-leg semi-final, would you? Horrible.
No.
No,
I'd rather play them in the final if it was anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a one-shot deal then, but 2-legged. Oh, that's double torture for me. That.
Yeah, I would want to play them in the semis, in the final.
I've got a fair handle on what Rossi thinks, Steve. What do you think about the semi? Who's going to make it through from the other semi?
I think Chesterfield will go through.
Yeah.
I think they're a better team than Notts County.
Rossi and I spoke earlier. We said we thought that would make a better final as well.
Yeah.
As a game, regardless of whether it's good for Town or not.
Chesterfield in the final, and then we'll beat them on penalties. Get our own back on missing that penalty.
Do you know what though? If I could guarantee that, I'd say yeah, but I don't know if I could cope after reliving Wrexham. After reliving Wrexham the other day with Luke Waterfall, I don't think I can do it again. I mean, we didn't go to penalties. I didn't go to penalties, and that was bad enough.
Just think it's going to be a great occasion. Two good fan bases, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
It'd be great if we get there, and I'm not going to tempt fate. But sorry, Ross, you were going to say something?
Only question I've got is Oliver Norburn going to lob another boot off the pitch when he plays Chesterfield again?
I think he'll be keeping his hands firmly in his pockets, Ross, to be honest. Bizarrest sending off of the season, really. Not far away from the position on the pitch where Love got sent off for Notts when they played us, the other side of the halfway line. So we fancy Chesterfield to get to the other semi-final, to get to the final, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can get there. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not nervous yet. I'm a bit like I was with the Swindon game. So far so good. Really looking forward to it though.
I'm not there. I honestly,
you're not there.
I said I am not nervous, and I am never been this confident as a tap that we're going to do it. Good. Honestly,
keep it that way. Let's keep it that
3-0. 3-0. I'm predicting 3-0 right here, right now.
Oh, he's done it. He's gone and done it. 3-0. I'd love it to be that. I mean, I'd love it if we beat them. No, Ross, go on then. He's done it now. He's broke the spell. Go on, give us your prediction.
You're not going to like me, though.
Come on.
Draw, right? He's going to go draw.
I've gone 2-2.
Yeah,
Okay.
2-2.
It's fault.
Well, he wasn't wrong.
He's
So
lulling him into a false sense of
I've gone
security.
2-2,
Steve.
and I've got my other away one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold that thought for the preview episode later in the week. We'll cover that then.
What? Away goals don't count, do they?
No,
they don't count.
No. Okay, so I'm going to go 2-0 Town. What did you say, Steve? Sorry, 3-0. Yeah,
3-0.
I'm going to go 2-0 Town, hoping for more, but we can all hope. Yes, it's all set up for a fantastic weekend of playoff football, and ends next Friday. And hopefully we'll be thinking about another match after that, but we'll wait and see after them games. Last couple of bits to look at. Our predictions from the early part of the season. I don't know if you've got yours to hand, Steve, but Rossi, we were talking about this earlier. If we look at the actual table, which I've got in front of me, I want to see how far away we were. So I'll go through each one. If you have
massively over.
If you have an actual position for the teams as I shout them out, let me know what they are, and we'll see how close we were. So number 1 was Bromley. What number did you have Bromley at?
Bromley, I had 15th.
15th, same as me. Steve?
I can't remember. I ain't got mine on me.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
Go on, you do yours too.
MK Dons.
Oh, I had Bromley top.
All right.
Gosh.
Whatever.
MK, I had them 5th.
I had them second. I had them top. Sorry. There was one. I was the closest one yet. Chesterfield. Sorry, not Chesterfield. Cambridge.
Cambridge, I had them 8th.
I had them 11th. So we've not done well there. Salford.
Salford 6th.
13th.
Not bad, that. Guess.
Notts County.
13th.
4th.
13th.
Yeah, I thought they'd have just had. I didn't like the fact they got Patterson as manager, and I don't think he'd do any good. And I thought Jetta might be leaving, and a few others. So
I had them 4th. Chesterfield.
2nd.
3rd. Grimsby Town.
3rd.
2nd. Barnet.
16th.
22nd. And I tell you what, though, Steve, and we've had this conversation with Rossi and I earlier on. They were very close to that at the early part of the season, and they only missed out on the playoffs by 2 points. They were
right season. This season.
They were looking like proving me absolutely right up until just before Christmas, and they've just had a phenomenal second half of the season. If they'd have played the first half like the second half, they'd have pissed the league, I think. So. Yes, it turned out to be very poor at the finish. Swindon.
7th.
16th. And that's a lot closer than it looked like it was going to be. 16th. Because they were, as Rossi said earlier, that fall from grace is rivaling Walsall's from previous seasons, actually, and this season as well, to be fair. Oldham.
19th.
20th. Rubbish there. Crew.
10th.
I can't find Crew. I'll leave them out. Which means who did I put in twice? Oh, 6th. Yeah, a bit optimistic with Crew because they have an up and down season, don't they?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh. Thought I was going to sneeze again.
Not to be sneezed at.
Colchester.
4th.
7th.
Woof.
Walsall.
14th.
13th.
Where did they finish?
Sorry, 10th I had them. 13th.
Yeah.
Bristol Rovers. I had them the wrong way around.
1st.
Bristol Rovers 14th. I had them as 5th. Fleetwood 15th. I had them in 19th.
I had them in 9th.
Accrington Stanley.
Who?
Exactly.
I had them bottom.
I had them bottom. Gillingham. 17th.
Gillingham, I had them 12th.
8th. Shrewsbury Town, or Cheltenham, sorry.
Yeah, Gillingham 8th.
8th, yeah. Cheltenham. Remember, this is before the season started. Cheltenham.
I don't believe I would have that. 21st.
23rd. Shrewsbury Town.
18th.
Oh, not bad.
18th. 14th. Newport County.
22nd.
21st. Tranmere Rovers.
11th.
9th. Crawley.
20th.
18th. Harrogate.
23rd.
12th.
Bang on.
Hang on. And Barrow.
17th.
7th or 17th? 17th.
17th.
I had them 17th as well. So I don't think we'll be shouting out for any honours there much, are we, for the predictions?
No, not really.
But it's an
Who did you have bottom?
interesting.
Who did you have bottom then?
I had Cheltenham and Accrington, and it was looking like that at the very start of the season, wasn't it? Them and Barney.
Yeah.
Had a shocker.
I
So please,
Accrington,
Harrogate and
Harrogate.
Barrow have gone down now.
And Cheltenham finished the season awfully as well. They had a couple of stuffings at home off of Tranmere, and on the last day of the season against Colchester, as we mentioned earlier. Breaking news: Tess Daly and Vernon Kay split after 23 years of marriage. How sad. Anyway,
Really?
back in the football world. Well, that's popped up on my screen.
Well, she hasn't got a job now, has she? She
Oh no, she was only in it for
so
Strictly.
he's dumped a £1 million a year contract.
Anyway, moving on. Any other business before we finish? We've got the last part of the Luke Waterfall interview, which covers off the FA Cup, the history makers, and we've got Ross's high five
Last part.
football team, which ultimately by the end of the season we're going to pit all these off, all these five-a-side teams off against one another, and we're going to use AI to have them play one another and give us some results. It'd be interesting to see if Podge's international stars can beat the likes of Luke Waterfall's gritty northern five-a-side team. But that'll be an interesting one to do for future reference. We'll leave it there. Season, we're back in the EFL. We had a decent season, but probably the highlight of that season is the cup run, the FA Cup run, which was
definitely
unbelievable. If you've seen it once in your career to go all the way from round one to the quarter final, you do it again with Town, and this time as history makers by beating somebody from a higher league in every round.
every round.
What are your memories of the FA Cup run?
I remember, did we draw Plymouth in the first round?
Yeah, that was the highest
round,
possible team we could have got in the first round, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was just about to say. I remember saying to the lads, like, how's your luck? We've drawn, top of League One in the first, ridiculous. And then I think they went 1-0 up as well, didn't they, after
they had
8 minutes or so, maybe?
pot shot from about 30 yards, didn't he?
Yeah, early on, and you just think, oh, brilliant! We've drawn hardest team we could have drawn, and we're probably going to get a good hiding. But it was a strange game that we actually were really comfortable after that, and they played a real high line. I remember, and we were getting behind them every time, and we were scoring at will. And a team that's top of League One, it was a bit strange. Yeah,
we were 4-1 up by half time.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit, as I said, it was a bit strange to play in. Another one opposite to the Wrexham game, but almost what's going on here? We shouldn't be really 4-1 up at half time against top of League One.
Yeah, it's not often I'm out of my seat before half time. For some reason, I'd gone down to the front. I was needing a little boys' room at half time early or something like that. But I was in the little tunnel just waiting for the whistle when Anthony Glennon put the fourth one in. I'm thinking, I need to go out back and pinch myself here. It's 4-1. Unbelievable. But that was kind of an indication how the FA Cup was going to go for us that year, because it just went from strength to strength, didn't it? Out of that, I think. Who did we get second round? It was the second round. Lost my thread now.
Was it Burton Albion, or was that third round Burton?
Yeah. Can't remember. That's the bit I was mixing up.
No, I think Burton was third round, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Cambridge.
Cambridge away. Yeah.
Cambridge away was there.
Yeah.
Was that 2-1?
Yeah, Otis Khan's got the winner. There's a great picture of him celebrating behind the goal with Danny Amos coming,
that's it.
attacking him. Yeah, so I mean that's not an easy place to go either, is it? At Cambridge.
No, not at all. No.
And
another tough. That was a tough game.
And the Burton game was picked for telly, so it was a late. It was international TV, so it was like 5:30 kickoff. That was a tough one, and ended by Harry Clifton had a shot, and it was off of young Loney. His name, is it Richardson?
Richardson. Yeah. I don't think I played that game. I wonder if I must have been injured. I remember watching it. Yeah,
flicked off his backside and went in. It was Cliffy's goal, really, because I think it was a milestone and appearance game for him as well. And that got us a game at Luton away, and you're thinking, it's really getting tough now. Did you play in the away leg at Luton?
I played in the away leg, yeah. I think that was it. I think I'd been injured, and Hursty had not trained much that week. And in the build up to that, Hursty was like, I need you to play. So I think I want you to play, I need you to play. So I think I trained on maybe the Thursday or the Friday, if it was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday, and he threw me straight in the Saturday. I don't know. I don't quite remember what I was injured with. I must have been maybe a couple of weeks out injured, and then he threw me in there, which was a tough one to come back into. I remember thinking, you've put me up against the ear gaffer, chucking me straight back in at Luton away. Another good result.
Again against a Luton who are seemingly on the way to the Premier League. That season.
Top of the Championship.
Again, we've picked out the plum draw. Thanks.
Yeah.
And we managed to come back each time. We're happy to go to the well. And Cliffy scores a great equaliser to bring him back to BP, which is something that can always happen now in these FA Cup games. And that was a special night. That Luton replay. That was an enormous game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Probably the best thing could have happened to us was to take them back to our place, because they did not fancy it at BP on that Tuesday night. You could tell from the off. They just did not fancy it at all.
Did that feel like you described at Lincoln? You're thinking we can. I don't care who they are. We can beat these. Did you feel like that night?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not a nice place to go at BP, especially for some of these bigger, better teams that used to playing on nice pitches and good stadiums. Our pitch were not very good at the time. I don't think it had been like a bobbly surface, and it's windy all the time at BP, innit? I always remember it being windy all the time. Every game's windy. Definitely. So it's they've rolled up and they've got they're top of the Championship. They're almost probably they're concentrating on getting to the Premier League probably.
Yeah. But they didn't put a weak side out particularly, and we just ripped them a new one in the first half, didn't we?
No, we did. We were so comfortable, weren't we? We dominated. I remember Danilo also having an absolute frightening game.
Him and Cliffy were telepathic, weren't they, that night? It's one knew where the other was.
Ripped them to shreds. Yeah, it was like I said again, similar as we've said, almost what's going on here, 3-0 up against Luton.
And then Danny Amos decides it's Roberto Carlos, and
unbelievable free kick. He still reckons. He still reckons he meant
that as well.
He still reckons he meant that, and I was always telling him he tried to cross that. He not meant that.
There's a great bit of footage from the Luton fans behind the goal, and you can hear him going, "Back post, watch the back post, watch the back post." Oh, fucking a brilliant way to go in at 3-0, and they just didn't have the big function to come back from that, from 3-0 down. But it was one of them special nights at Lumber Park. As there's something about the nighttime atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely under the lights, that shadow over down, especially an FA Cup game as well. It's it's got a good feel to it, hasn't it, when it's an FA Cup under the lights.
Good crowd in, and anything can happen. And and then we're drawn immediately at Southampton away. And that's a one-shot deal because they've done away with the replays from after the third round, I think. And you're away at Southampton midweek. Not everybody can get on a Thursday night. We still take about 4,500. Harry Haddock gets banned and then reinstated. How did you feel walking into there? Because St Mary's is sort of like brand new, nice sort of stadium. What was it? Was it intimidating to go in there? How was you feeling?
Do you know what, David? Like, obviously, because I'd had the cup run with Lincoln, I was almost like quite relaxed going into the game. Like, I'd not that you said like I'd done it before, but obviously I had the cup run before, so quite relaxed going into the game. Yeah, I remember actually I felt like I'd not started the game really well the first 5 or 10 minutes. I remember like having to try and G myself up. Like, come on, it's like, what are you doing? FA Cup 5th round, like live on telly, like sort yourself out, sort of thing. But yeah, again, nobody would have given us any chance. I think the gaffer even made a couple of jokes during like the match analysis and stuff the day before, like that we were gonna get battered, but he did like a little joke like that. I think that was his way of like relaxing the players, as if to say like, you've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? We're expected to go and get beat. Anybody score really 4-5-6-0. Although they were bottom of the Premier League, I think, weren't they? Or second bottom. They're still, as we touched on earlier, they're still a Premier League side, and the world's apart from.
Well, they've got Theo Walcott in the squad, haven't they? Who'd later come on play a part, but you mentioned you'd played against him previous, so they're all still buzzing around. They're still quality. Is it the first time you come across VAR, or was you playing in the Palace match that Town had? It's a bit before your time.
No, that Palace was before my time. I think
start of Michael Jolly's era, I think.
Yeah, I think the Southampton game might have been the first game of VAR I'd played in. Yeah, it was so strange. Yeah, so strange, honestly.
Did you know what had happened when the first penalty went up for is it a pen or not?
No, was it the handball one? Is it the handball? Yeah, so, no, I didn't even realise what had happened. No, and then it's such a long way. We're still on the pitch for 5 minutes.
He had about 10 looks at it while it was on the pitch side monitor. Yeah, the ball coming from the right side. It was Emmanuel knocked it in. It kind of went behind because of the handball. It went behind Harry Clifton. It'd have been straight on it, and penalty. It's got to be.
They're probably used to it now, you know, the Prem boys, but we obviously weren't. And it was like you stood about on the pitch, and it almost makes it worse because, like, then you sort of start feeling the nerves again and stuff because you've been at breaking play, and you're like, it's
nowhere for the energy to go.
I mean, I think there was an offside early on in the game. They went through and scored, and I remember. I think I'd stepped up to play him offside, and I remember thinking like blatantly offside. But then it has to go to VAR first, and then you start doubting yourself, thinking, have I got this wrong? And he's gone through and he's like tapped it in, and have I got this wrong? I'm going to look so stupid here if he's onside.
When you slide rule accuracy, you were right to step up, as it turns out. Was Gav Holohan always on penalties that night? Was that a thing, or I don't remember?
I don't remember myself in the changing room, to be fair, whether Gav's just confident enough to pick the ball up. But I'll tell you what, to score 2 in one game takes some doing. Like, that's unbelievable, really. That pressure on that second penalty must have been like massive.
Because you're both double guessing, aren't you?
It's mind games, isn't it? The second one. First one, like, you know, obviously, even in League Two, you're still good players. Like, you'd expect one of the lads to score a penalty, but to take another one. With the mind games that come with that, do you go the same way? Do you go the opposite way? Do you go down the middle? Like, you could easily get that wrong, quite easily. So
it was cool as a cucumber money that night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Steve, you were there. What was your feelings that night? What was it like in the away end?
It was unbelievable atmosphere that night. A lot of fish, a lot of addicts in there as well.
Ali
McCoy said in the commentaries, didn't he? He said if I want to be in that stand.
He said, I've never wanted to be in an away end so much.
Well, I nearly didn't go. It was a last minute, very very last minute decision. I travelled down and back in the same day, same night.
Yeah, so was it a Wednesday night?
Wednesday night.
It was on ITV4, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't even think none of my family came because it was just like I said, another like Wednesday evening in Southampton. Like my old man was working the next day and working that day, and like my kids have got school and all that sort of stuff. So nobody even made it. I didn't even end up having any family going down.
That's why I was working the next day, but not to the afternoon. So I got back about 3 a.m, and then went to bed till about midday. But I was so pleased I decided to go flipping out. What a game.
And what did you see of the second penalty, the madcap Calaceta Sarr incident with Danilo Orsi?
Soft, weren't it?
Yeah. Did you see it on the pitch? Did you see it happening?
No, I didn't see it on the pitch at all. I just remember Dan going down and just like honestly didn't think anything of it really.
Yeah. I actually saw it really clearly when I was.
Did you?
I thought it was a penalty. Yeah. I know biased, but he did shove him in the back.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So.
Fair play to Dan for going down. Like Dan went down, didn't he? And whatever he did.
He's giving the refs to make a decision, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. The refs then got to make a decision and go and look at it on the screen.
It was funny. All the commentators, McCoist and all them, said it's really soft, but it is a penalty.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it before or since, though. It's really, really odd.
It's a great game, great result.
It's funny. One of the things I noticed about him is I've never really noticed it before, that in the run into that incident, Sarr's running towards his own goal. Dan's running towards their goal, obviously. But as Sarr turns to try and defend the ball, he's got him by the collar and he's pushing him back towards our goal, if you like. I've never seen that before. It's a really weird way of manhandling him. And that obviously spilled over into that little spat in the box. I don't think Dan took well to it. But he was great for us in that cut run, wasn't he, Dan? He was, yeah.
Because considering he'd not played like much in the league, I don't think, had he? He was sort of second or third choice striker behind Tails and a couple of others. And then came in when we played in the FA Cup. He did unbelievable in the FA Cup,
we mentioned the Luton game and the Southampton game obviously played that part. And then despite the efforts of Theo Walcott, we still managed to get over the line, and it's quarterfinals, and that is like something that none of this generation have experienced. And we're off to Brighton. So what was your prep for that like? I remember Hursty going on the radio, heard him on TalkSport saying, they've only got like World Cup winners and players like that in the team. What was your feeling about it compared to your previous efforts in the FA Cup?
I think, you're going into it with no pressure whatsoever. Everybody's expecting you to get absolutely battered. So you are actually looking forward to it, I must admit. Like, you're not expecting to win. You're genuinely not. Like, especially when you're playing away from home as well. If we'd have got them at BP, we'd have probably still got beat. But it's a bit of a leveler in it. If you're playing on a bit of a worse pitch, and like I said before, windy, cold night or whatever at BP, they're going to turn up and not fancy it. But you're playing at their nice stadium on the absolute carpet of a pitch where they can pass the ball all over the place. So
and they were good. They were good at that one, even though it was Brighton.
They were very, very good. Yeah. I know. I've said this to a lot of people. The Arsenal team I played with at Lincoln, that Brighton side were just as good as honestly that Arsenal side. They were fantastic under De Zerbi. They really were like played some right football. They had some good players. They had like I think it was Caicedo, McAllister, Mitoma, Evan Ferguson up front. They had some real talent in that team.
Yeah, I was staying down there with a friend and the lad who I was with does their podcast. It was one of the reasons I started this up. And he was saying, we'll try and keep the ball off you. We'll try and just keep the ball, and you'll be feeding off scraps. And it was more or less that's what happened, wasn't it? It was.
Oh, we didn't even get any scraps, I don't think, did we?
it was barely, wasn't it? But again, fantastic away end again.
Unbelievable. I think there's a picture. I've still got a picture somewhere of us like clapping the fans after, and even though we'd been mauled 5-0, fans obviously stayed behind and appreciated the lads' efforts, and we're all stood there clapping them and all the Harry Addicks and the fans and all that.
It was very celebratory considering, and
it was,
and it won us a lot of friends at Brighton. I know Brighton were like, "Wow, that is some dedication to your team," you know.
Yeah, it was.
And that's a shame because you're thinking, is there a slim chance we can get to Wembley? But Brighton, as you say, were too good, very professional on the day. But what an occasion, and history makers. You know, you'll always be the first to have done that.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? That there's nobody else has ever done that, and
not really thought about
nobody
it
else
so
can be
much.
the first to do it.
Yeah, I know. I've not really thought about it too much. Although I have got a scarf in my garden bar, one of the history makers' scarves.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they would sell them in the club shop or whatever afterwards,
there would have
or
been,
prior to the game.
Yeah.
I've still got that pinned up there in my garden
Just
bar.
remember that when you look at it, that nobody else can be the first to do that, and we did it.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that, to be fair.
No, there you go. we knew we'd make it worth your while coming on. So after that, that's the highlight of the season. I think we finished.
Yeah.
There'll be loads of people on correcting me if I'm wrong. Finished something like 10th or 11th, which is as high as we've finished in a long time.
We finished joint 10th or 11th, I think. Because at one bit we were flirting around like maybe 15th, 16th, 17th, and I remember Doigy like rollicking us after one game about his like league position and all that sort of stuff. But like I said, we must have put a decent little run together towards the end of the season and managed to finish respectably. Like I said, joint 10th, 11th or whatever, first season back. FA Cup quarter final. I thought it was a successful season, really.
And into the next season, it's a bit of a struggle. The following season, I think we've get to sort of 20 games in all competitions. We've won about 3. And Hursty gets the sack at Doncaster, or straight after the match at Doncaster. You touched on it earlier. I thought it was a decent effort there felt a bit of an inevitability about it, but we didn't get pumped or anything. But there was definitely a sort of feeling that, if you didn't win, or even if you did it, it was almost always essentially over.
I think it was, like I said, it had been brewing, I think, and the rumours, or it was in the air, wasn't it, I think, before a couple of weeks prior and stuff like that. And then, if I remember, I think we conceded a penalty late on, did we? A 90th penalty, maybe. I think we lost 1-0, narrowly. I don't think I played. I think I was on the bench. I was on the bench that game, and I'm sure it was a late penalty that we conceded to. And I remember running after the game. Obviously, when you don't play, you do some running after the game on the pitch. And we started running with Greg like we always do. And then somebody came out and said to Greg, like, tell him to stop running. So Greg's sort of gone like, lads, that's enough, like halfway through or whatever. And I just knew then, because that never happened. Like at all the times I've been in football, and especially when I'd been with Hursty and Doigy and Greg, like you ran after the game to keep fit. So that never happened. Cutting it short.
We were sat with Greg at the Player of the Year Awards the other night, and we can believe he wouldn't have told you to stop running if you want something to.
No, definitely. That's what I mean. And when he showered over and said, like, Luke, get the lads to stop that. We're done. I thought, I knew that as soon as he said it, I knew what was coming.
Did you get a chance to see him before he went?
Yeah, so I've walked back in with the lads who've been out running. The players who had started the game or played majority of the game were in the dressing room. And as I've walked in, bumped into Debbie Cook, the chief exec at the time, and she pulled me for a quick chat and just said she's going to come in and address the players. So again, at this point, still nobody's told me that Paul is leaving, but I sort of knew, because again, these things don't get said like usually. So I've gone into the dressing room, and I think Debbie and might have been Jason and Andrew, maybe both or one of them, I can't quite remember, came in and addressed the players, and then they left, and then Hursty come back in and gave me the bad news, thanked everybody, and I remember I got up. Still club captain at the time, although I'd not played loads, I don't think, that season. Harvey and Niall Marr were playing, I think, a fair bit. I got up in the dressing room and shook his hand and did a little, did a bit of a speech to thank him for everything he'd done for us. The players and the club got us back to where we belonged, and like I said, the successful season we'd had before with a cup run and everything. So just wanted to thank him, and it was, to be fair, it was a bit upsetting and gutting, like I said, I got on really well with him, still keep in touch with him and Doigy now, so sad to see anybody lose a job, and especially two people they've got massive amounts of respect for. I didn't quite know what you just said there with 3 or 4 wins in 20 games. At the time I felt it was quite harsh, but that might have been me looking through tinted glasses.
Well, you're probably thinking we can pull this round, we can do something.
Yeah, I did think we'd turn it round. I did. I know performances weren't great, but I did think if we'd have stuck with him, we'd have turned it round.
I think I kind of figured it was up when he came out in the press a couple of weeks before, and he said, "I don't know what else I can do," and I thought that sounds a bit defeated. I've not heard him talk like that before.
Yeah. Maybe right.
It is how it is, and it is a shame. But it's in football. Nothing ever lasts forever, does it? And
no,
it sees you leave us in the following transfer window. So, how was that worked? Because you went off to Hartlepool. Because was your contract up at the end of the season anyway?
Yeah, so my contract was up in that summer. And again, as I touched on before, personally, always wanted to play games, and Dave come in, didn't play to start with. Then I got in, I had a little mini run in the team, and then he signed Doug Thorne, and sort of had a chat with me and said, again, don't see me playing much.
Yeah.
And literally from, like a family perspective and security perspective, I was like 34, I would have been maybe at the time, or nearly 34, one or the other. And contract was up in the summer. I thought, do I risk, I can stay, fight for my place, and then go into the summer potentially as a free agent with like everybody else in the summer and be scrapping about for my next contract, or Hartlepool had been on the phone and offered me an 18-month contract, so I'd got like that security of an extra year.
Yeah.
And like I said, from a family safety perspective, and being able to go and play games and not sit. And the thing is, in football, it's difficult. You've got to think to yourself, and as I did, especially at that age I was, do I sit and not play at all from now till the end of the season, and then will I struggle in the summer to get a club and a contract elsewhere, having not played much? So I thought, at this age I need to go and play games really, and secure myself a contract elsewhere. So ultimately, so I made the decision to do that.
That makes sense. I think it's sad when you see players who've done great things leave your team.
Again, didn't want to leave, but I weren't really going to play. So
was it done in the right way, as we've seen with this regime? Were they good about it?
Yeah, it was amicable. Like I said, there were no fallings out or anything like that. Had a good chat with Dave Hartel. Get on really well with Sean. Sean's still a close friend of mine. Again, somebody I still speak to regular. So it was done in 100%.
I'm not surprised by that, because we've heard nothing but good, about the way things are handled nowadays. And it's a shadow of what's gone on in the past. Went in, had a chat. There were a few bits to iron out in terms of contractual stuff. And Jason rang me, I think it was, just one day to sort things out, and he just said, I've heard we've been back and forward a little bit over a couple of little things. You were like, no, let's just get it done. You've been fantastic for the club, done this, that and the other for us. So we're not going to argue over a few little bits and bobs. So it was fine, brilliant. Fantastic.
Appreciated him again for sorting it out.
Yeah, and it's an indication of what we're now used to at Town, and long may it continue, because we heard of a previous owner we don't talk about mentioned his name on this episode, and we don't normally do that either. But anyway, you move on to Hartlepool, and in the early sort of career, you have a strong partnership with Tom Parks. And you end up as club captain for the 23-24 season. You've ended up as club captain at lots of places where you've been. Is that you see yourself as a natural leader, and others see it in you? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
I won't argue with you
again. Again, probably not always the best player in the team, but your John McAtees and people like that are the best players in the team, but it's sort of a different type of character to be able to like lead a group of players and get them up for games. And I'd like to think as I got older, I was sort of tactically aware of things as well on the pitch as the game was going on. So try and help and sort things out on the pitch as well.
You're in a good position to see
always
from.
Being quite vocal.
In a good position to see from you where you are.
Yeah, exactly. You can see everything. You tend to see a lot of centre backs are captains, aren't they? And I've always been quite a vocal player anyway, even from being young. Like 13, 14, 15, I was always vocal on the pitch anyway. So I think that helped in terms of organising and not being afraid to use my voice and stuff like that. So.
And you stayed for your full contract at Hartlepool. There was a couple of games in early 2024. You got sent off in 2 successive home matches. How did you manage that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What happened there?
One of them was a little bit unlucky. Actually, it was, well, I say unlucky. It was Southend at home. I'd said a few crosswords to the referee. Another one of the referees that weren't very good in the lower leagues. So I think he blatantly got a decision wrong. It should have been our throw-in. I think our fullback's cleared it down the line, and it's blatantly come off their player and gone out. And he's given them a throw-in. So I think I've told the referee what I thought of him, and he's given me a yellow card. And then second half, midfielders give me sort of a bit of a short pass, and it's gone to the striker. And he's sort of turned, and we've had a bit of a tangle, and he's given me another yellow card. So a little bit unlucky, that one. And then the following game, a bit of red mist, as we've mentioned before, a little bit. I was getting marked closely by a player from the corner. He was all over me, and as I've gone to push him off me, I might have caught him with my hand in his face by mistake.
So is that the closest 2 sendings off you've had together?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Unluckily for me, the referee was literally about 3 yards away, so it was stupid from me. I genuinely didn't actually try and hit him. I've gone to push him, shove him off me, and I've caught him with a flailing arm, so I can see what it looked like. And the ref was literally yards away, so straight red card straight away. Not one of my best moments, no.
It's horrible coming. There's a funny story here. It's not very funny for you, but it's funny for us. It's funny for us in a way now. We can look back and laugh kind of way. In the promotion season from the National League, we had a bit of a stinker at home against Maidenhead, and I think you scored an own goal and gave a penalty away and got sent off in about 2 minutes or something ridiculous.
In about 2 minutes, yeah.
You can see him grinning in the corner there. Mr. Risley turns to me about 5 minutes later and says, I just looked at my Sky app and it says Luke Waterfall's been sent off. I said, well, that's what tends to happen when the ref shows the red card. I didn't see it. It was like our Cammy moment with Aussie Jeff,
Well, I remember the big cheer. Someone went up and then he gave a penalty, didn't he? And then I looked at my phone and next he must have got sent off. And then I thought, he's got a red card. He's still on the pitch, isn't he?
Were we touch and go for the playoffs at that time?
Yeah, it was one of them. It's a bit like in my head, it reminds me of the Harrogate game where we're doing all right, and then you have this absolute stinker at home and then come good again.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring it up, but it was more of a taking the piss out of Steve.
Cheers for that, David.
Bring that up. Anyway, moving on.
No, it's a source of amusement for us that I thought he was unlucky that day, to be fair. But we've got one last sort of club to cover. You went off to Worksop then. That sounds pretty local. Is that Dad? Did you try out anywhere else in the meantime, or was Worksop the destination you wanted to land at?
No, I'd turned 35 in the summer, nearly 36 now. Really got fed up of the travelling. Hartlepool drained it out of me a little bit, to be honest. I was staying up there 3 days a week in a clubhouse sharing with a few of the lads, but still travelling a hell of a lot. 2.5 hours, like most mornings, up to Durham University, and then Fridays when we had away games in London, we was training at Durham Uni, driving down to Junction 24 on the M1 near East Midlands Airport to meet the bus. Like 3.5 hours that would take us. Me and Parks would do that together, and then we'd jump on the bus to wherever we were going down, London or whatever, for another 3 or 4 hours. And it was just, honestly, I just had enough. The travelling in the National League, there were a lot of London-based clubs. On top of the driving I was doing to Hartlepool, I was just like, I've had enough. Enough of the driving, being away from the kids.
It's ridiculous. There's some team in Oxfordshire, wasn't there, in the National League North the other season, because it went that far down. Scunny were playing. I can't remember who it was now. Something like that.
So I'd had a few offers that summer. Boston, I think, was one of them that had reached out, and a couple of others. But again, from Sheffield, Boston's a couple of hours away, and I'd sort of made my mind up to go to go part time really, which obviously Worksop is. So I'd spoke to Worksop and Alfreton, and I'd not really, just purely because they're both close by. I'd said, like, if I'm going to go part time, I want to be like on the doorstep really. So it's half an hour for me. It's a great little club run by good people. The chairman's a great guy. Managers are also, the same. So they're good people. It's a good set of lads. It's enjoyable. We train Tuesday, Thursday night, and I'm working in a secondary school now in Sheffield as well. I'm head of year 7 at a secondary school in Sheffield. So, it's took me a while to adjust to working life. Obviously, after being a professional for now on 15 years or whatever. So it took me probably this season to adjust to that, like working and then going training in the evening and working all week and then having to go and play on a Saturday and stuff. But I'm enjoying it now. It's good.
That's
I'm
the
at
main
home
thing,
a lot
isn't
more.
it? If you're enjoying it, keep going.
Enjoying it. That's all I want to do. Yeah. Home to see the kids every night and take my boys to football and all that sort of stuff.
Which you wouldn't have had otherwise. Yeah,
exactly.
I wouldn't argue with Mr. Waterfall, would you, lads at school?
No.
At school,
I think they think we're a bit soft. Some of them think we're a bit soft.
Mr. Brolly either.
Yeah. So that's great news too. You're still enjoying the game, and you've balanced it out with your work-life balance, because that's something that's always all to cock with football, isn't it? There's never an easy way to do it. We've got one last
it's not an easy transition.
One last little ask of you. We've kept you for a long time. We're in Podge territory now in terms of how long we've kept you. And apologies to your family and all the rest of it. But if you'd indulge us this one last time, I'll hand you back to Rossi for our final bit, which is we're just going to put you on the spot a little bit, but not in a bad way, in a good way. Rossi.
Luke, this is going to be your high five-a-side team that I want you to give me. Everyone else has done it. They've all struggled. They've always forgotten someone. And then got arsey. And then someone's not said someone in someone else's team. And basically, I want you to give me one goalkeeper, one defender, two midfielders that can either be centre in the midfield or a winger, either or, don't really matter. And then the striker, and then the best manager as well. So throughout your whole career, don't have to be Grimsby. Throughout your whole career.
Town. Okay.
Anyone you can think of that you've played with, your best five.
And your team's got to go up against other teams with Portuguese internationals and all the like of that. So, that was Podge, by the way.
Semenyo, was it?
Oh, Semenyo, yeah.
Yeah, Semenyo,
Oh, wow. Did he put Semenyo in? Where's he played with him?
Newport.
Alone. He's had about 5 games on loan at Newport.
Trained with him once.
Oh, God, you have put me on the spot here.
He played half a game in the Portuguese league, and we got Pizzi Fernandez, didn't we?
Could do it going away and doing a bit of research for this question.
No, that's the beauty of it. It's we love watching your square.
Goalie wise, played with a keeper at Shrewsbury called Max O'Leary, who went on loan from Bristol City. Really good keeper. He's not sure on his club now, but I know it's in the Championship. He was excellent. He came in probably as like a 20-year-old, and he was like outstanding, to be fair. So I'd probably put him in goal. No disrespect to any of the other keepers I've played with, like I say.
Yes, James? No, mate. He didn't pick you. Come with some lad from Shrewsbury.
I'll get a message. I'll get a message off someone, no doubt.
You get Max as well.
I know. Centre back wise, played with a couple of good centre backs, really. A couple of good young lads. I'm probably going to put Matty Pollock in there, I think, just because got on really well with him as 18 years old when he played with me. And he was like dominating League 2 strikers at 18 years old.
He didn't look 18 at 18. He wasn't playing like an 18-year-old at 18, was he?
No, he was, and he was. I rated him highly. I know a lot of people question his mobility, which they were, and I did. I had them chats with him, but he was fantastic on the ball. He was strong, good in the air, and as I said, he could manhandle target men in League 2 at like 18.
Massive, 18.
Yeah, it's massive. It's unheard of now. You don't see many 18-year-olds playing centre back in League 2.
If you rewind with us, we've got from the 80s and 90s, Mark Lever, who came in at 18, and he was like, it looked like he couldn't stand up on wet lino, was he? He was skinny as a rake, and he turned in. He filled out much later on, and it's surprising.
Yeah, definitely. Then we're on to midfielders, aren't we? Probably go with another lad from maybe Shrewsbury. Josh Laurent is playing for Burnley in the Premier League. He played against Man City, I think, at the weekend. Absolute athlete, 6'2", could run, could carry the ball, could do everything really in midfield. Probably hence why he's playing in the Premier League now.
What's his surname?
But he was Josh Laurent.
All right.
We signed him I think we got him from Hartlepool, funnily enough, to Shrewsbury. He had 2 or 3 seasons at Shrewsbury, got a move to, he went somewhere before Burnley. Stoke, he went to Stoke and then to Burnley, really good. I'm going to have to am I allowed to put McAtee in midfield? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, it's your team.
Yeah.
If you don't do the business in your
He played
team,
all over anyway,
it's
didn't
your
he?
fault.
He did play. He played number 8 a few times, which I think he moaned at Hursty at for playing number 8. He didn't like that. He preferred that number 10.
But Hursty just set Doig on him and that sorted him out.
Yeah, set Doig on him. He played number 8.
Okay, Bob.
Macca had moaned about it because he liked to get all the glory and the gold in number 10. But I'll put him in midfield. And then
Striker, then.
up front, tough one, striker. Played with a couple of good ones. I played with Tyrese Campbell at Shrewsbury, who's at Sheffield United now, and I'm a Sheffield United fan, so I like Tyrese. I'm going to go with Tails, though. I'm going to have to go with Tails just for the McAtee and Ryan Taylor link-up, I think. Tails, honestly, he is a good pal of mine and probably one of the reasons I've put him in, but his first touch is I think the best hold-up first touch striker I've played with. He was that good. You could absolutely fire balls into him, and he could stop it dead. Honestly, like so good his first touch.
Yeah.
And played against him when he was a bit younger, when he was at Plymouth and Portsmouth, I think it was. And he was a real handful. A little bit more mobile when he was younger. Really good in the air. He had this sly elbow. What he could catch you with an elbow and not get caught by the referee. I don't know how he used to do it. He could honestly. Once
to sharpen it before the game.
We were friends, and I played against him at Plymouth, and he elbowed me straight in the side of the head, and I was like, "Tails, what are you doing?" But just no free kick, no nothing.
He was that combination between him and McAtee was just so good.
It was so offensive. They were unplayable. That season in the National League, they were unplayable. Teams were equipped to deal with them too.
Well, Anthony could he just laid it off McAtee, ran past him, and he
ran straight onto it. Yeah.
The Wrexham game, that equaliser for 3-3. If you rewind back to the Barnet game where we were 3-1 down, we ended up winning 4-3 with Alex Hunt's last minute super duper free kick. There was almost a carbon copy of that goal in the Barnet game for 3-3. Just behind him, and he diving header and hooked it in. Tracking player.
Yeah, he was. He was. He's retired now. He had a season at Alfreton, I think, a couple of years ago, and then retired. Yeah. Another one I still speak to. There's a lot of that team I do still speak to a lot, to be honest.
Give them all our regards and tell them if they fancy a chat for a couple of hours. We'll be more than happy to have them on.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah,
I will do. Yeah, I will do.
So, Ross, sorry, there's one more thing to do.
There is one more. I need a manager, Luke.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about the manager. Oh God.
Yes, do you ring?
Yeah, possibly would be, but I'm going to have to be not very well liked, I don't think, for this, and go with Danny and Nicky Cowley.
Oh dear.
I know.
Cowleys.
Probably blank this one out, David. But they were really good. I got on well with them. They were very. The attention to detail was really good. Honestly, like they left no stone unturned. Like we went into every game. Everybody knew exactly what the job were. They literally went into so much detail about everything, opposition, everything what we did, set pieces, throw-ins, down to the smallest thing. I must admit, Hursty would be a definite close second. Not much in it at all, but just for the attention to detail and me being a bit of a nerd with a football kind of thing, yeah, I'd probably go with them too.
We want you to be honest, and if that's your favourite, that's they're in. They did brilliant to come out of Braintree, didn't they? And then had a meteoric rise for all the things. That you were at Lincoln, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, Lincoln, yeah, and then they obviously went on to Huddersfield for a couple of seasons, then Portsmouth, and back down to Colchester now. Again, still keep in touch with them a little bit. They ring me every now and again, or Nicky rings me every now and again about players that played against in the National League, and just picking your brains.
Tell them about us, do you? Don't you be saying
no, I didn't recommend them. No.
We've had some good run-ins with them. Danny Kelly was rumoured when Dave Artell came in. But
he was. I think Doige actually told me that. Doige, when they left and I spoke to Doige, he actually said, I've seen Danny and Nicky heavily linked with a job. So you'd be, at least there'd be somebody coming in that you know really well. So obviously from my selfish point of view, I was hoping they were going to come in, but I don't think it was. I don't think it ever really got wheels in.
I think it was more of a rumour, wasn't it? Than And managers, if there's somebody who's available and there's a job comes up, it's the natural fit, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That person's going to catch up and always follow through.
Exactly that.
Luke, we've taken up masses of your time. I think you broke the record. We're nearing 2.5 hours. Thank you so much for being so generous with your time. It was great to see you at Chesterfield the other week in amongst the fans, and we'll see you again sometime in the near future.
At Wembley,
game at Wembley, that's it.
Definitely. Definitely coming to that one, so I've put that in my diary already.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. And remember, when you get your party set up for who you're going with, make sure Harvey's on the right bus. That's all. So
I'll get him on our bus after the game, hopefully.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to cover before we finish?
No, just thanks for having me on, and like I said, hopefully for the town fans, I'll hopefully see them all at Wembley, and the numbers, I'm sure they'll take a good large following there, and it'll be class to be in amongst it if we get there.
If we get there, okay.
It's our pleasure to have had you on. Thank you so much once again from us all.
No, cheers, lads.
Luke Waterfall, all the very best on that one. So, for hopefully the third last time this season. All the Mariners!
All the Mariners.
All the Mariners.
Nice one, lads. Cheers. Thank you for watching or listening to tonight's show. You can catch us on YouTube, podcasts on Podbean or Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our social media channels of Instagram, Twitter or X as it's now known, TikTok and Facebook. Please like, subscribe and share at every opportunity. It helps us a lot.